right, welcome back. Welcome back to living in El Paso, Texas. Gorgeous, beautiful, cloudy, rainy, stormy. It's flooding. I absolutely love it. Nice Mercedes. I don't like the flooding, the property damage, the loss of life like we had yesterday. God rest her soul. I hope her family and friends can find peace in this hard time. Somebody was hiking in the mountains in the rain, and you know, when it floods in the mountains and you're hiking up there, just rest in peace. But I mean, myself personally, I love this weather. This is what I could live in forever. If I had it my way, I'd move to San Antonio, Austin, or Seattle, and just have this. It'd be great. But nonetheless, what I really wanted to try to do today was just talk a little bit about what's on my mind and what's been bothering me, what's kind of been going on, and give you a little bit of the story that I haven't filled in the blanks just yet with. So I'll try to make it short so I can get to the point. But when I was 15, my best friend showed me how to play a game called the choking game. All right, you play it with somebody else though, is the thing. You're not supposed to play it by yourself. I mean, that defeats the purpose because nobody's there to catch you. And you really shouldn't play it at all. And actually, no, you just don't need to play it at all. There's no shouldn't. Do not play this game. And I made the mistake of playing the game by myself when I got sent to my room one day in the midsummer. It was extremely hot outside. I was playing basketball. Got sent to my room when I got inside for beating up my brother, and played the game by myself. I thought I calculated it perfectly where I would fall onto my bed and wake up in a peaceful cloud-like slumber, and everything would be gravy and chicken strips, but it wasn't. Instead, it was hot sauce and bone-in chicken thighs. I fell right into my 10-gallon glass hamster aquarium, right to the corner where the two panes of glass meet. And when I woke up, my face was hanging off of my cheek. Eyebrow was all cut up. Almost lost my eye. Almost lost my cheek. Almost lost my life. I had a cut on my jugular vein. So there's a scar on my neck from the jugular vein. My fingers. My mom and sister found me. My sister ran out of the house screaming. My mom put my cheek back on my face while the ambulance came. And 83 stitches later, I've healed and survived. I still have the scar, but I tried to advocate to kids to not play this game. I've done a few videos. I've done some interviews 8 years ago on that when I heard about some kids still playing the game and dying in California. I read about it one morning at work, and it touched me and it hit me, and I just next thing you know, I'm doing some interviews with the news stations here in El Paso. Every one of them came out and interviewed me, and I tried to just preach a little bit, tell my story, and hopefully stop some kids from playing it. You know, it's so stupid, so reckless and dangerous. So, you know, I was 15 when that happened, and when I woke up, you know, things were a little bit different. Actually, things were a lot different when I woke up after a while, and I was healing. I realized that I was not the same. Things weren't the same. You know, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't think anybody could really understand unless you understand. But you know, I started to like receive little messages and signs out there. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I had brain damage. I probably did. I didn't know what was happening, but I was scared for a while, about a year or so, until I realized it wasn't hurting me, and it was only like when any questions I had, any advice I was asking for, I was getting the answers through the universe. I can't explain it too well, but eventually I just ended up listening and giving it a shot and saying, you know what, well, let me see. And it turned out very, very good for me. I was able to become very successful through hard work, of course. Primarily it was my hard work. It was what I had put down. The seeds that I planted were paying off. But truth is that I was following the advice that I was being given and hearing and feeling, and I had everything. I had went to the Air Force after high school. I got married, had my first child, bought a house, opened a business, credit cards, money, cash, respect. I earned it all, but at the same time, I was just playing my cards right from the universe. No cheating, because no one ever told me what the answers were. They just were advising. It was just whatever. It is what it is. When I got divorced at age 30, I went through a really bad depression. And I went to go see my doctor, and he ended up prescribing me antidepressants, Xanax, and hydrocodone for a micro tear he found in my rotor cuff from the Air Force basic training. And he gave me 3 bottles a month of the hydrocodone, 10 325, 180 count Watsons, just top of the line, top of the strength opiates that I should not have been receiving, but I realized that I liked them. It was making me feel strong, happy. I felt like Superman. I could do the things that I wasn't able to do before then, physically. I mean, it was great until I realized a year later that I was sick when I didn't have them, and that I was addicted to them. So I went to my doctor and told him I was addicted to these pills. If he could please stop prescribing me those, give me something else that was non-addictive. And he instead gave me another prescription for hydrocodone. Said, put it in your desk. I took the prescription and I cussed them out. And I haven't seen a PCP doctor, a personal care physician, or a primary care physician. I haven't seen one since then, out of trust issues. But I took the prescription and ended up trying to fill that one, the only one I ever got caught on. And haven't touched a pill since then, and instead started going to the streets because I was still sick. I was addicted. My body was addicted to them. It wasn't a good feeling. It's a terrible feeling to be addicted to opiates. When you don't have them and your body is going through withdrawals, it is like death. The only thing worse than that is alcohol withdrawals. There's nothing worse than an opiate withdrawal besides alcohol withdrawals, and I feel bad for anybody who has ever gone through alcohol withdrawals. I understand your pain, and to curb that and to help myself not be sick when I needed to work and stuff, I was just buying them from the streets. It became very expensive and became deadly after a while. I mean, I started upgrading from pill to stronger pill to stronger pill to stuff I just shouldn't have been messing with. And that's what happens, and that's what addiction does to you. And it's a snake eat its own tail kind of world. It's a very dangerous world to live in, and when you're in it though, you can't stop. And you may be a great person, and you're a good person, but no one else does. All they see is the addict. All they see is how you're acting and how you're talking and how you're behaving and the things that you're making mistakes with, and then they judge you for that and they hold you accountable for that, and they pretend like that's who you are forever. That's who you've always been, and if not, that's who you're always gonna be. And there's no getting away from people that are very small-minded when it comes to addicts and help. And so I lost a lot of friends, respect, family. My name lost weight. It was a bad time. 6 years total I went through that. After my divorce and depression, I was suffering with that for 6 years, and it literally just ended this past March, 3 months ago. It's now end of June 2021. It wasn't until March of 2021 that my body had enough. I was in and out of apartments, hadn't been to jail for it, thank God. I stayed out of trouble, legal trouble and all that. I was just in and out of apartments and hotels, homeless here and there, just struggling. Ended up having to, I didn't have to do anything, but I got rid of my house because I didn't want the payments, I didn't want the stress, the drama, I didn't want the memories. So I got rid of the house I had bought. Just made mistakes until this past March. My body gave out. I had a mild heart attack, cellulitis in my leg, blood clots in my leg, I was in an apartment I had just rented when this happened, and the only strength I had left, I called 911. That's literally all I had strength to do. I was in the apartment in tears, couldn't move. I knew it was coming to an end, and I only had enough strength left to call 911 because I knew nobody else would answer. My parents wouldn't answer, my family wouldn't answer, my friends wouldn't answer. Nobody would care because I gave them no reason to care prior. You know, it's not their fault, it's my fault. And so I called 911 and they came and got me, and I'm in the ICU. I spent about a month in the hospital total, and they healed me, and I've been sober ever since. I have not gone back to that life, and I'm not going to go back to that life. I'm going to stay clean and sober. I'm going to fight. I feel great. I feel strong. You know, damn. It's amazing. I didn't think I'd see these days again. But I also know how I felt back then, and I don't want anybody else to feel like that if I can help it. So that's why I have this channel going right now, this Facebook thing, or YouTube thing. My parents were gracious enough to take me back in when I got out of the hospital. They took me back into their house and let me heal there. You know, I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair, crutches, walker. Couldn't, you know. Life was tough for me. I was going back in and out of the hospital for checkups and for emergencies, for my leg kept getting worse here and there. It was bad, and my parents took me in. They said, basically, just heal. Stay here until you're healed up. You know, get back on your feet. As long as you're sober, everything will be good. So I have been, and I stayed sober. But now that I'm basically healed, my foot's better. I can walk. My dad said it's time to go. You know, my mom and I get along great. My dad and I get along. He don't think I like him, and I love him. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what the problem is. Besides the past, which we all have a past. We've all done and said things that we regret, or done and said things that have hurt other people, even if we don't think it has, even if we think we're in the right or we're not in the wrong. People have been hurt by our actions. That goes for every single one of us, period. So my dad holding on to a grudge, maybe the things that have happened when I was on drugs back in the day, and you know, shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house, is how I see it. As well as, if you've ever been through it, you should have sympathy for somebody who's going through it. And it just seems like that's forgotten here and there from friends and family, and here and there, not all the time, but it's just difficult trying to get back relationships that were once strong and now, you know, are healing. So my dad said, hey, things are great, but you got to go now. I want time with your mom, me and her alone is what he says. Her and him alone, time for me to go. I get it. I'm 38. I got my son with me now, my 4-year-old son, because his mom went into the hospital when I got out. Brain injury she had, and she's not going to be any better for a while. And I'm taking over that responsibility with a smile on my face, and I couldn't be happier to have my kid with me. Like, I love him so much, and I'm going to have him. And it's him and I live in there right now, my mom and dad's house. We've been there for 3 months since I got out. And my dad says it's time to go. I don't like it, and that's where I'm at. Now, I'm not going to disrespect it, and I'm not going to say no, and you know, I'm going to leave. But I just don't agree with it, because he's basically saying get a job, and that's fine. But I just got out of the hospital 3 months ago. I just got done healing from it. I just got done battling a 6-year drug addiction. I'm better on all fronts. I'm not ready to jump out into the workforce just yet. I've been getting unemployment for a year because of the pandemic. I've been receiving unemployment. I've been getting money. It ends this month. I'm about to get my last deposit from them. Things are great. I do the chores they ask me to do. I pay the electric bill. I pay my insurance for my car. I pay the food in the house. I get everything to eat. I don't complain about nothing. I clean up where I can. My kid's not killing their animals. He's not disrespectful to them. He loves them. He gives them kisses and hugs every morning. He says, I love you, hi, good morning, good night, hugs every time he sees them. He's a good kid, and I'm a good person. And you know, my dad just wants his space. So I'm just not sure what the hell I'm going to do just yet, because I've been getting unemployment. I don't feel like I'm ready to get out into the workforce. I would rather do the YouTube thing. I love YouTube. I love reaching out to people. I would rather speak to people and eventually make money doing it, enough that I can sustain myself. I don't need money for me. I need money to pay the bills, and that's it. I don't need to be rich on anything. I just want to make enough money to where I don't have to worry about anything else. I can get my bills paid, and I can keep doing what I love to do. That's it, man. I want my kids to be proud of me. I want my family to be proud of me, and my friends. And sometimes I feel like if I jump back into the workforce, Yeah, I'm good at it. I was great when I was in there working before all this. I was great, getting promoted everywhere I went. Advanced tech support, wireless configurations, IT work, desktop support. I love it. This is what I do. Tech support is my thing. Customer service, sales, I guess I have to. That's all my thing. I'm afraid if I jump back into it, I might run into people I don't need to run into. I might have these stupid temptations that I know I'm gonna have to face. I know I'm gonna have to face those and battle those, and I know I can do it. But I'm just, if I don't feel right inside, if something's not clicking, I feel like when you rush into it, it's more chance for things to unclick. The chains that were once nice and solid and tight, the chains can loosen up and things can fall apart, and there's no need for that. But I'm not gonna make myself stay at my dad's. I don't know. I'm just rambling now because I'm driving home from rehab and just felt like recording the beautiful scenery and talking about it, I guess. So I don't know if anybody's even gonna see this. I don't have much of a following right now or anything, but it just feels good to talk about it, I guess. I don't have a counselor either or nothing. I just speak to you guys, really. I don't think I can turn this thing around. I don't know how to work this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be quiet and let the rest of the video just be about the scenery and my drive home. But I want the bottom line to be, you guys need to know that I love my parents, I love my family, I respect them, and I appreciate them so much. They helped save my life and my son. I'll never be an asshole to them for anything like that. I'm not even going to be an asshole for anything, period. I just wish my dad would understand the things that I'm going through, would understand the process of healing, how long it could take. Maybe just give me until the end of the year, Thanksgiving, Christmas maybe. I haven't had a good Christmas in 6 years, only because I'm an idiot and I've been on other things the past 6 years. Every single Christmas I have had to make myself feel good, medically or whatever. It's just, you create your own dungeon, your own torture chamber, and every holiday that should be great and joyous and birthdays and things like that they're just fake, and you have to put on a smile and pretend like things are okay and find what you need to find in the streets to feel better so you can get through it. And this is the first year that I don't have to do any of that. I feel great naturally. My birthday came and went this past May 23rd, and I felt great naturally. First one in 6 years. Thanksgiving, Christmas will be coming up. I just want to be with my family through that, feeling like this. We get along so good right now. Maybe I just got to get a job, and I will. I'm going to start looking around. It's just going to take time away from my son and YouTube, which really isn't an excuse. So, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and knock out applying for a job, and I'm sure I'll get one. And we'll see how things go. That's it. My dad taught me well. He raised me real good. My parents did. I know what I got to do, and I just needed to vent right now. That's all. So here we go. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Look at them clouds. Wow. If anybody does end up watching this, talk to me. You got advice? Let me have it. You have questions? Let me know. I may have advice. You have anything, man, just let's talk. I'm trying to make a space where people can just talk comfortably, safely, share stories and experiences and advice. That's like the ultimate right there, is being able to just talk to other people that have been going through things that you've gone through and vice versa, and be there for each other. I know there's more of us out there. Quick pit stop for the mandatory morning energy drink. Don't worry, I'm gonna get better at editing this stuff. Right now, I'm literally just recording the video from start to finish, from rehab back home, without any edits, any cuts. I'm gonna upload this bad boy just like this. I have the past 3 or 4 videos the same way. I know it's kind of annoying. I can imagine it's not fun for you guys to sit there and watch nothing. But you know what? If I wasn't living here and I was from El Paso and I moved away, I would like these videos. I'd like to see somebody upload videos of driving through the city. You know, I'd recognize the streets. I'd feel like I was at home again watching the video, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to reach to people that have been here before and they recognize the streets I'm driving right now, you know? Let's see. Oh, they have this thing. All right, cool. People that recognize the streets, recognize the drive, recognize the mountains, recognize the freeways, the spur, the 54. It must be good. I mean, I was living in Houston for a little bit, and Hobbs, New Mexico, with some friends of mine who were trying to help me recover at one point last year, and I remember missing on PASO so much. I would have done anything to see some videos of people driving. Takes you back. Now, let's see who's awake. My dad is here still. Hi, baby boy.
You got a new phone?
Yeah, well, it's your old iPhone, but since I bought you that new one last night, I'm gonna use this one. Huh. You like that iPhone?
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Can I see?
Say hi to the people.
Hi.
Let's go. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. I'll let me pay for it if I show his face.
This is the Mega Godzilla.
Mega Godzilla?
Yeah, that one.
I see the hood. And some mountains. I'm gonna go outside real quick.
You did?
Hold on. Don't take the freeway. It's ugly. It's packed. There's cops everywhere. I saw 4 cops between here and Fred Wilson pulled over people, and then of course, but then again, Hondo Pass is flooded. There's the mountains in the streets, so I don't even know which way you should take. It was all terrible, all of it. So just be careful, I guess.
So if you take the freeway, they're making you exit, or what?
They were on some parts. I didn't see where, 'cause I was recording, but I didn't see where they're exiting. But yeah, there's construction everywhere. I don't know which streets though were making you exit. I took Hondo Pass, there and back. So
You took the freeway to Hondo Pass and then took Alabama.
I took the side street to Hondo Pass, yeah, but then to Alabama, yeah, and then back both ways. But that was flooded. The street, the mountain came down, so even that isn't good. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Dad. Wait. Can you see all my games still there?
Da-da-da-da. I deleted your games.
Why?
I didn't delete all of them. I deleted half of them, and I put the other ones that you like a lot inside of a folder. Don't worry. I deleted the ones that are garbage. Come on now. Nobody likes playing garbage.
I didn't want you to do that.
You don't even know which ones I got rid of. I kept the good ones that you like. Don't worry.
Can I see?
Say hi to the people again.
Hi.
Let's distract ourselves. Oh, silly. Siri? Hi, Siri. Hi, Siri. Okay, bye. Good talking with you. All right, good to see you.
Big Dad.
Fantastic.
Can I see which candy that you deleted, please? Let me see, Dad. Please.
I got a feeling your mom might watch this when she's better, so say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Tell her you love her.
I love you, Mom.
You don't love my hand. Tell your mom up here.
I love you.
All right, I gotta go. Say bye.
But Daddy, I want to